All right, guys, I'm back. So I used the cheese grater as long as I could. I started using it on the tomatoes, the larger tomatoes, and it seemed to have just smushed them in there. So I kept trying to mess with it, and it still wasn't coming out how I liked it. And if you know me, I'm a little bit picky on how I do things. And so, and if you've also tasted my pico or seen it, you know that it looks different than a salsa. And so, because I hand cut literally every vegetable that's in there. And even though it takes me 4 or 5 hours, it doesn't matter because it comes out aesthetically looking good. And I think that is just as important as it tasting good. So here I am cutting up some more onions and tomatoes, but I will show you here in one moment how much I've actually made so far. And then we will start cutting the cilantro. So I've cut the tomatoes, the jalapenos, onions, Roma tomatoes, and we put in our seasoning as well. So I'm just gonna quick give this a stir so you can see all the pretty colors in it so far. And again, we don't have the cilantro in there, but I did put the seasonings in right away so that it can be like in that juice and soaking into every vegetable that you put in there, and that you're not just adding it on top like kind of like a last minute thing, because you want it to soak in there for a while. So this is how much I've made so far. This is a very large bowl. So that's what it looks like so far. I always keep the juices in there. It kind of acts like a marinade, and my husband really enjoys it. So that's what I've got in there so far. There was something else I was gonna quickly add. Oh, I already go ahead and start putting 2 limes in, and then a lemon. So that can also be marinating on that and sitting in all those juices. And you can just taste this. I usually have my husband taste it. If you know me, I don't normally eat a lot of my foods. I know, weird. I am slightly weird. I enjoy the baking part and the cooking part. If you know a little bit of my background, I used to weigh quite a bit, about 352 pounds. And so I think this helps me not eat, because you know how like you cook for Thanksgiving or you cook for Christmas or a large family, and then by the time you're done cooking you're like, I don't even want to eat. That's kind of how I am, I think. But I enjoy cooking for others, and so that's what I do. That's kind of how I replaced a lot of eating. So when I see a smile on somebody else's face, it's like I got to eat that and they're happy. Weird? A little bit, maybe. But that's okay. Nobody ever said I was super normal. Ask my husband. So we're just gonna put this right on in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. Give me just a second, I'll put it up here for you. So I just squeeze that lime juice in there. And again, most pico is just made with lime juice, but me and my husband have noticed that we like that extra zing. So we put lemons in it, lemon juice as well. And I normally use all fresh ingredients. There was one time my husband tried to get hamburger helper from a box. That did not go over very well. So. Yes, I mean, a lot of people grew up with that. My kids grew up on that, and that's okay. But I love to cook, so why not let me do that and eat healthier? Then we don't have all those preservatives and all that icky stuff in our foods. So with a large batch like this, I usually use 2 to 3 lemons, and like I said prior to this, about 4 or 5 limes. It just really adds to that flavor. And my wrists hurt from baking all night, so this normally would be going a lot faster. And one more half of a lime, and then I'm going to cut my cilantro. And again, just with the seasonings, you always, for me, I always add it to the beginning because all those juices in those tomatoes, it just really adds to that and lets it marinate the whole time you're cutting or the whole time they're in that process. So. Okay. And then we give that a nice stir. And then I will cut my cilantro and I will be right back.